All right. Sorry. I'll say I feel grateful to be here. What's wrong with my voice now? Sorry, let me just take a cough. Allow me my water, please. The devil is a liar. All right, I'm so excited to be here. I will tell you that it's been an amazing time every time I have to come to the camp or the retreat for Dynamic Hawks. And I must say, it's always a very welcoming time with God, with each other, sharing together experiences with life, with God. And then I believe that tonight is going to be one of those seasons where we share practical knowledge. And like he said, I want to tell you about my own journey. And I must confess, it's a long thing. So I'm excited to be here. Thank you very much.
All right, clap for her. First off, you are going to be holding this mic. This mic is your own. Drink your water. So don't worry, we'll be sharing our mic. Don't worry, we'll be passing it in your front like this. So yeah, take your property.
Thank you.
All right. Once again, I want to say welcome to everybody. Are you guys happy to hear our story? Are you sure you want to share?
I don't have much story to tell you.
You can't wait. Did you bring your pen? So you're telling me tomorrow you forget our story. That won't be nice. All right.
Okay.
First of all, Tosin, I would like you to tell us a little about yourself, generally your walk with God, relationship, even family, how it's been for you in the past, go as far back as you want to the present, and just let us know about yourself.
How far back are we talking about?
Yeah, open up to us. Just open up to us.
All right. My name is Tosin Ogunshino, and then I'm actually a communicator. I work in the administration sphere. Currently, I work as an executive assistant, and I'm going into operations. But that is not the bone of contention here. Now, growing up, I didn't have it all sweet, all rosy, all beautiful. I didn't have it like that. I lost my dad when I was, I think, 15, fresh out of secondary school. And then, coming from the kind of society, environment, community that I belonged to, the notion of people was give or take 2 years. Oh my boy, maybe the dad that is a strict person is gone. So technically, they feel like once my dad is out of the picture, the next thing is for the girl to become, wayward, and then go into the world, and then you get. And they said, just give and take. My sister and I, give them 2 years. It can't warm our going. And that statement was said on the morning we were to bury my dad. Remember, I was 15. My dad was in the hospital for days, about 20 days or so. And then he died overnight. So because of the whole, hello, are we together? Thank you. So because of the whole hospital state and everything, they had to bury him immediately because it was beginning to swell and all. So while we were mourning, people were there already defining my future for me. And that got me, really. And before then, we had it all going good. We were attending programs. We had dynamic teams, now Dynamic Oaks. We had the support of a whole lot of people. So, hello. Where that statement came from was a shocker. So I held on to that word. And I said, this will not be my story. Remember, I said I was 15, fresh out of secondary school. I didn't really have the direction my life wanted to go to. If you ask me, what do you want to become? I'll say, I just want to work in the media space. I just want to own my voice and everything. And that was it. So when that statement got to me, I was like, God, this is a challenge. And we are Christians, children of God. We own sexual purity. So for someone to come directly to you at the moment you're vulnerable, to tell you to your face, 2 years, everything, to scatter and all. So that is by the side. That was the word I held on to that steered the journey of my life up to this point. I'm grateful to God. Last week was my birthday. I clocked 32. And I'm not married, and I am not pregnant out of wedlock. Yeah, that's a personal testimony. Now, moving on. Relationship with God. I would say it hasn't been easy. If you see someone come to you and tell you that, oh, my relationship with God is smooth, perfect, 100%, probably the person is living in maybe he's living in Mars or Venus or Jupiter or something, and the person is not here with us on Earth. I'm a girl, and technically, for a girl, it's very challenging. Really, really challenging. Living life as a girl. Let's forget about God right now. We are not forgetting about God. But then for this discussion, we'll come back to it. Now, as a girl, living as a girl is very, very crazy. And then having to put in God in everything you do as a lady is much more difficult. Now, how did I navigate my life with God, my journey with God? It was a journey of high and low. Today, I'm hot for God. I'm scabashing. I'm everywhere. And tomorrow, I'm like, oh, God, give me my life back, please. I need it. Borrow me. I'll return it when I'm done. Yes, small. Just give me small. That is how, for me, until I came to the realization that if I keep doing hot and cold, I'm just doing myself. You know, it got to a point where I just left everything God. I said, God, hold on. Let me find balance for my life. God, stay there. I'm not ready. Like, I had lost everything, every connection with God. I didn't even want to listen to, I just go to church for church's sake. I mark attendance because technically I serve in the choir. So I have to be in the choir. I have to go for rehearsals. I have to minister on Sunday. But then my life outside of church was just, God, stay there. And this thing came from a place of grief. I was hurting. Because I was like, God, at the point where I needed my dad most, you took him. Abi now, so what else? What else is remaining? Somebody that we've held on to for, I didn't enjoy fatherhood like I would have. When I see people talk about their dad, I see people relate with their dad, it just triggers me. And I'm like, if God took my dad, despite the level of prayer, my dad died today. On Sunday, somebody came to me in church and said, I dreamt about you. I dreamt that your dad came to church for Thanksgiving. Like, yes, on Sunday, and my dad died Friday night. That gave me like an hope, like, oh, my dad is going to be out of the hospital soon. It's going to be. And then, he died. I would go to my dad's bed, I would hold his legs, I would pray, I was believing God that healing will come. But then he died. So I was struggling. I attend meetings, I serve God, I do all I'm supposed to do. But then I was grieving really hard. There were times that I would just look at it. This person has to please family. In church, you see them. Oh yeah, let's go. Father, children, and dad. But then I'm here. No father. It was really challenging. Now, it's affected my walk with God. I won't lie to you. But then, if I'm called up to come and minister, see, thank God. One thing with God is there. He will not leave. So if you think that, oh, I've backslided or I've turned against God, God has forgotten me, don't think about it. God is there. He's waiting with his hands wide opened. And I can't just but thank God. All those while, went to school, came back home, started working, and still it was a struggle. Staying balanced with God. Most times, my dad there, that's my dad, Pastor T, he would just call me out of the blues, and then, daughter, how are you? Those questions, I'll be like, I'm fine. Really, I'm fine. But deep down, mm-mm. But days that I feel like, let me just open up, I would open up. Walk with God is, it has not been easy. But now, as I grew, as I moved into different space of my life, different influences, different rooms I've entered, different conversations, I've met with different people, I've attended different places, I discovered that you cannot do life without God. Yes, God knows you are grieving. He knows you are hurting. He knows somebody broke your heart. Yes, He knows. He knows you failed your exam. He knows. Yes, you prepared so hard for that exam, yet you failed. God knows. But regardless, He's still there. He is. You feel like, oh, you started a business and it crumbled. God knows. But then, does it change the fact that He is God? No. So I had to understand that regardless of whatever phase my life is in, what I needed to do was just look to Jesus and not shake. So what I do now is, in my place of work, Jesus. If I am speaking, it must be Jesus. Whatever I am doing, it has to be God. Have I gotten out of the space of grieving? I'll say, not really. I still feel hurt. I still wish my papa was here. I still wish I had the opportunity to say, oh, Dad, this is it. I still wish I could hold on to my dad. But then, I do not have that luxury any longer. But I have somebody that even took that father from me, and it is God. So I would say relationship with God-wise, it has been up and low. But then, it is you sticking to the fact that regardless of whatever it is, God remains God. And also the kind of people I am surrounded with. One thing you don't want to do is you don't want to live life alone. You feel like you have it sorted. You can figure life out by yourself. Well, maybe it will work for you. But for me, it doesn't work. Saying, oh, I have it figured out. I will sort it. Well, good. But I have discovered that surrounding myself with people of like minds, people who love God, not just talk about God. There are some people, they are lovers of God by mouth. You see them, even in their dressing, their face cap, I love Jesus. Their tea, I love Jesus. Their sneakers, everything is Jesus. But then deep down, character-wise, nothing to write home about. I was speaking to somebody and the person said, though I don't know where he got the fact from, the majority of people who maltreat like their neighbors or people close to them are Christians. Some are even pastors. You see them in the place of work, they are so evil, but you see them on the altar, they are blowing tongues and everything. And I'm like, well, we all understand God differently. So for me, I feel like my relationship with God has evolved over the years because I have people of like minds. People who, even if you are going astray, they won't, of course, they will chastise you. Guy, you fuck up now. But then, after telling you fuck up, they draw you closer. What do we do? Not the kind of person you go to and say, see, I just messed up. I'm struggling with masturbation. And I think I could have overcome by myself. But then, I keep relapsing. And you go to that kind of person that says, guy, you dey go, now fire, you dey go. You don't need that kind of person in your space. The kind of person you need in your space is, guy, I understand. I know it's not easy, but then let's pray. After prayer, you offer advice. Okay, when you begin to feel the urge to do something like this, what do you need to do? Get out of that space. Tune your ears. Do this, do that. Those are the kind of people you need in your space. And then it would help, it will translate into your relationship with God. And then finally, about myself. Am I in a relationship? Yes. And it took a lot to get into that space of loving somebody. Because, of course, I've had crazy experiences. I can fend for myself. Why do I need a man? I can I'm doing well for myself. Why do I need to, you get, why do I need a man? It took a lot, and it took a lot of trials. And when I say trials, it's not like trials and tribulation. I'm talking trying, dating. Now, I don't want to go into dating really, but then it took a lot of trials to be able to, okay, I'm ready to do this. And I tell you, has it been a blissful experience? Well, I don't know. But then, that's who Tosin is. I love God. I love speaking. I love helping people. And I love you all. Thank you. Okay, it's my own. Forgotten. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for that. I hope you are actually listening. Because one advantage of listening to someone's personal story is that you get to have real-time wisdom, right, from our personal experiences and how to navigate your own lives as well. So,
Tosin.
Okay, I want to ask you a question. You mentioned the fact that during your father's burial, people were saying certain words, and you fast forward to the parts of now where you actually shatter those words. You did not leave out the words as they expected, but I want you to go in between, right? Definitely words, you said those words, they scarred you, right? What were some of the things that those words or those scars led you to do? And how were you able to return yourself back to seeing yourself as like the Jew that God says that you are, the person that God says that you are, and all that?
All right, thank you very much. Like I said when I was speaking, I said being a lady, especially in our present generation, is a lot. If you agree with me, wave your hands. If you're a girl here and you know it's challenging being a girl, nah, we don't need you here in our world. Okay, I see a few hands. It wasn't a roller coaster of, all vibes and everything. Nah, it wasn't. Okay, so let's go into it. Probably, I think while I was 18, thereabouts, yeah, I was still trying to make life for myself. And I got a modeling gig to model a cloth. And then I told my mom, I met this person who and said, I like your shape, blah, blah, blah. He's releasing some new outfits, blah, 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 blah. And then he would like that I come model for the brand. I'll conceal the brand now for, wow. Okay, so on the D-Day, I left the house. I met up with the person. I would go to a studio. After trying out some of the outfits, and he was about to take, pictures and everything. And then I was almost raped. I'm like, okay, so let me just do a mental and a visual explanation. They want to adjust, and you get people in the fashion space will understand what I'm saying. You're a stylist, you're trying to make everything pop before pictures and everything. And then the touching started, and that was it. I was struggling. I had to struggle myself out of that situation. Remember, I was 18. And then I was still seeking admission and blah, 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 blah. And I felt like I can work now and make money. And I saw an opportunity. I had what the person needed. Okay, let me just go for it. And that was it. That is one of the experiences. Was it smooth? No. Now, other times is you want to go to a place and then you're beginning to think. Because for me, it traumatized me. The experience actually traumatized me. In my head, I wanted to go into the modeling world, but that first experience, strike it out. Even if you comment to me today, you have model, unique shape and everything, I'll look at you in my heart and I will curse you in my heart. Yes, at that point, it was that bad. Talk about the way I look. It might just be a simple compliment, but to me, it triggers so many crazy experiences. Because, you have a figure for a model, I'll look at it God punish you. Because it wasn't coming from a place of, I was trusting this person. I was looking for my daily bread. Let me use that word. Though I was young. Now, was it easy not to get pregnant? I tell you, it wasn't. Because, of course, I'm a girl. I have emotions. What I was saying earlier, I said I had trials of relationship before I got to this point. And this generation that we are in, that's why I said you must have people of like minds around you. Now, if you get into any relationship, I'm not talking platonic now, I'm talking about normal boy-girl relationship, and the person is not in tune with you spiritually, you will struggle. You will struggle because you have to begin to explain. You have to begin to explain that, oh, this is the reason why, sorry. Oh dear, hold on please. Israel. All right, so I have to begin to explain why I cannot have sex outside of marriage to that kind of a person. Because the person will tell you, but we are boyfriend now, we are girlfriend now, and we are looking towards marriage. So what's there? I will marry you now. If you get belay, I will take care of the baby now. It's a lie. They just want to collect your something. You get. So it wasn't, I won't say it wasn't hard. Like I said, I'm a girl, I have emotions running. But then, going into relationship with somebody of a like mind, someone who knows what sexual purity is. You can't tell me that you want to avoid being pregnant out of wedlock and you are sleeping with somebody you are not married to. You tell me, oh, we will use protection. We will use this one. We will use that one. Well, all well and good. But then, understand that even if the relationship would not work, ensure that you are going into a relationship with somebody that is spiritually in tune with you, so that you will not have the cause to be explaining, you know now, we have to maintain sexual purity. Abstinence is the best. Nah. So for me, I respected myself. And then there's something called attraction. At a point in my life, I was beginning to attract the wrong guys. You know what I did? I had to sit myself down and ask myself sincere questions. Why am I attracting this kind of a person? Why? From where to where? Imagine me, as I am like this, attracting like a lesbian person, like a lesbian girl. How? From where? Do you get? Or me attracting a guy that smokes. From where to where? So I had to sit myself down, oh my, and ask sincere questions. What exactly am I doing wrong? Am I sending a wrong signal? Or maybe I'm wearing something provocative. I don't know. So I had to ask sincere questions. I sat myself down and said, God, this person that is smoking, this person smokes and is asking you out. Are you not ashamed of yourself? Though sometimes we cannot, we can't, how do I put it, like, yeah, we can't control who comes to us or who gets attracted to us. But then I had to go to God. God, every form of devilish attraction, let it die. Let it die, because how do I even want to, you want to come to my house, you are reeking of smell. Or a guy that does Yahoo. Yes, I was beginning to attract different kinds of guys. This one, all these Yahoo, correct Yahoo guys. I was attracting them. I'm like, God, what's up? Kilo Shele. Oh dear. Nah, we don't do that here. We do not do that here. So I had to go back to the drawing table and say, God, whatever it is. It took me to go to God and say, God, make me or make them blind to me. Yes, because me, I cannot control it. God, blind them. Let them not see me. And let me not see them. Let nothing erupt. No emotions, nothing tied. Now, up to this point, I'm still not, I'm very careful. Yeah, very careful. Very careful, because you feel like you can handle it. You can handle it. You are in a secretive, secluded place with a guy. You can handle it. Oh, we just want to pray. Let's hold hands. Oh, God. You are, okay. deep that calleth unto deep, you will see what you are looking for. So while you're trying to maintain sexual purity, you're trying to navigate the ill-spoken words that was said, you also have to act. Don't go and be careless. Just because, oh, I've told God, God help me to I bet things. Some people say, I told God to seal that place, and then they go about doing different things. You told God to seal there, and then you are jumping about. Okay. Like I said, continue. But then you have to be very, very, very careful. Be cautious. Be around people of like mind. That is what brought me to this point. If there is anything, I will not joke with this kind of gathering. Yes, I have left my teenage years and everything. You will still find me in this kind of gathering because this is what fed me. This is where I was fed. Like, if I am hungry, this is where I'm fed. I'm not talking about jollof rice or anything. I'm talking about the word of God. Okay, jollof day, no wahala. Yeah, amala day, right? But this word we're talking about is the word of God. This is where when I have burning questions in my heart, I run to. So never take that out. You feel like, oh, they told me I'm not beautiful. I now told them, I'm beautiful, Joe. It's a lie. If you get to me, you think about it. I was doing my IT one time at Ray Power, and then one of the hosts, jokingly or unjokingly, then I was battling with severe acne. The guy called me, is it a zebra now or a leopard? Yeah. He said, the first thing he called me, I look like rice because I was tiny. And then I look like a zebra because I had different spots that formed different things on my face. He said it, and I was like, Mr. Ken, did you mean what you just said? He said, have you seen the mirror? What are you doing to your face? What are you, do something, do blah, 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 blah. But then, he saw my mood. He now said, yeah, I called you rice because you have straight legs. Yeah. Okay. I went home. Oh, God. Anyone who wished to hear, at first I told my mom, I said, Egbo, modabi zebra. Egbo, modabi zebra. That thing, oh dear, dealt with my confidence. You know what I did? I went to Yanokmaja, evening market, and I went to buy long gown. Long gown. Because why would somebody be, because normally I'm going for work. My gown should at least, this is where my gown will reach. Days I don't put on trousers. So I went to start looking for a gown, that overflowing gown to cover my legs. And then I started using face cap. My love for face cap is not just because it's fashionable. It's because it helps me to hide some things. So I still haven't gotten over. So instead of me just dying with the words, I amplified what they said. Oh, your spots looks like zebra, blah, blah, blah. I started making research. I started doing black soap. People that are related to me would think that, oh, it's because I love doing new things. Oh, yeah, I love doing new things. I started formulating black soap that I use for myself. Formulating, what's it called? Body butter. Because, I don't want this thing on my face. I was doing a whole lot. At a point, my face was lighter than my body. Yes, because I wanted to get rid of the zebra, whatever, that was cold. Every time I see the guy, oh God, it just comes. I didn't finish my IT. I was supposed to do 6 months at Ray Power. I did 3 or 4 months because I couldn't bear it. Or other days, I would stand in front of the standing AC, and then they would tell me, move away, oh my fair dan, oh my, very crazy experience for me. But then, what did I do? Though it got to me, but I amplified those things. I still remember some of them, and I would just laugh, like, rice. Like, to them, they just feel like they're passing a comment. But then to me, it was much more than a comment. If I was to go to work, I would normal wear like that, I would have to cover my face. I started applying foundation, but now I don't wear makeup again, except for probably occasional. If you want to call me zebra now, call me, I don't care. But then it wasn't like that before. So, okay. But sometimes it's time you, but let's not go there. So what I'm trying to say is, that word that was said then, I didn't dwell on it. Do I still remember? I didn't dwell on it. I just had to, okay, what do we do? Do not fall into that. Because if you keep thinking about it, do I have a reason to be pregnant out of wedlock? Yes. Should I tell you why? My dad was strict. My dad, very strict. If they say one person is strict, over strict, my dad will slap you at any point. Somebody came looking for my sister. I was entertaining the person outside. Like I was talking to the person, keeping the person company, a guy. My dad came from work. It's not my alejo. He didn't even listen. What are you doing outside? Boy, meet me inside before he even heard anything. So that's the kind of person. So, seeing that he died, do you think I have liberty to do whatever I want to do? I had the freedom. But then, if that, I'm just saying, there was a day I was thinking about it, if that word was not even said, maybe today now I'll be like nursing my third child or something, or being with like third baby daddy. But glory to God. Whatever word that was said then, I had to build on it. I didn't immediately say, God forbid, God forbid. I had to go think about it because I was young. I had to keep thinking. And every time I tried to make a mistake, there was one time I was in a very bad space. And then I started thinking, what would bring me out of this space? And do you know where my thoughts went to? I just said, this virginity said that somebody is even keeping said, let's go and break it. Yes. I've had crazy thoughts. At least I've tried now. Have I not tried? I've kept it for years. I've kept it now, so let me go and break it. What's there? Somebody say what's there? Somebody say what's there? Say it now. What's there? Yes. I'll say what's there? What's there? Have I not tried? But there's something there. There is something there. So be in tune with God. That's just it. Let God be your driving force. It's not going to be easy. If I say your work with God will be easy, it's a lie. It's not going to be easy. Go and ask fathers of faith. Don't even go far. Ask Papa T. He's a perfect example to go sit with and ask questions. How has it been with you? And if I ask each and every one of us here now, how has it been walking with God? I know you all have stories to tell. Days where you feel like, I've backslided. It's been long I prayed. Will God listen to me? Will God hear me? Days like that. But then, see you. You're still here. Thank you. It's my mic.
Two. All right. She deserves a clap. She said a lot, a whole lot. And I have two big questions to ask you.
Big K.
Yes, and I showed you the questions before. Okay. But this one's now, I picked it from the things you said.
No problem.
I had to, because along the lines, you answered some of the ones that I wrote down already.
Oh, okay.
So I had to come up with other ones.
Okay.
One particular question I have is from things you said. When we said you should introduce yourself, you said something like, he knows who broke your heart, blah, blah, blah. You said something like, I've had crazy experiences when you were talking about relationship.
Okay.
You said something like, trials, and then you said, oh, not trials and tribulations.
Yeah,
so
trials.
Those things now, we need to know. We need practical examples because we have growing Christians here. We have male and female. We have people that are in relationships as much as they would not like to admit sometimes. People that are in relationships.
Never admit. He's a brother. He's a brother
we never
to
admit.
me. Yeah.
So we need first-hand experience. We don't want to just hear, oh, I've had experiences, I've had this. We know, you said your age the other time.
Okay.
Obviously, you've been through stuff.
Yeah.
Even if, nobody died in your family, everybody is present in your family. If somebody is 20 years old even, you've been through stuff. You understand? So we want to that relationship part, because we are growing Christians now. It's not like I'm trying to pick at you, but like we
Okay.
are growing people, and then we need them to hear and learn from experiences. Like, let's actually say then what happened. Is there something that someone did that really got to you, relationship wise?
Okay, so when I said I've had experiences, crazy ones, it doesn't necessarily mean bad, bad. But then, I think at least I've been in relationship, just one, two, yeah, two. My present would make it three. Now, the first one, ow. As I try, Abi. I did not do seven.
Not the seven.
I not did. Okay, so like I said, if you asked me to go back to my teenage years, I would have loved to explore. Like me, I love love. Oh. I used to say I love love, oh. But then I love love, oh. But then getting to that place of love is hard, very hard, very, because you need to really identify if it is truly love. So that phase, gone, 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 is where the work is. But let me go back to when I said I had a trials. I was talking about I've been in one, in two, and that. Now, I know most of you want to ask, are we not supposed to just do one relationship and let it lead to marriage? Me too, I wish. I wish it was as easy and as simple as that. For some people, they have it like that. Their first relationship, boom, marriage. And it has been all bloom and perfect and blissful. For some, they've had to experience multiple relationships. And every time I talk, I say, do not leave out God. See, don't leave out God. And don't go and be going into relationship with people who do not even understand who or what God is. Because you will struggle. They will change your mentality. Your mindset will change. You that, this is it. This is what God demands of you. This is what God demands of you. This is what is expected of you. And then you mistakenly get attracted or get into a relationship with somebody that is opposite of all of those things. Tell me, what do you think will happen? And as a girl, sometimes you might be naive. Just because, oh, I want to keep this person. I want to keep this flow going. I want to maintain this relationship. You begin to sink into the lies that these people will offer you. Because, of course, anything outside of God, of course, is lies. It's deception. And once you are deceived, forget it. It's okay, it's over. It's on here. Yeah. But then, I was very intentional. I started dating really late. I started dating really, really late because what's my made a date here. And when my first relationship, it was good. I would say good, sha. But then I'm like, to what end? Bro, let's be serving God in different capacity, and that was it. The second one would have been my last, but I had to break it because I was going through hell. Like, I lost myself. Like, I won't say depressed. A whole lot was happening in my family. It was beginning to affect me. I lost, at a point, I just lost it. So I'm like, just go. And then from then, I had to just take a pause. I'm not doing anything in a relationship until, and this is just fresh, because it has been hanging. So I just had to like, okay, God, okay, we are ready, let's do it. Now, was it easy to love somebody? Well, it is. Papa T is more experienced than us in this love game, so he can help out with that. But then I'll tell you for a fact that if you are not ready, coming from me, if you are not ready, all the Lee-wise, and when I'm talking Lee-wise, spiritually, I'm talking mentally, physically, all the Lee, just take a chill pill. Develop yourself. We're still relatively young. Develop yourself. Make money. Okay, you all like money, right? Make money. Some of us say, why I want to date is because he will be giving me money. Yeah, do yourself. What happened to you making your own money? Eh? What happened? Did they say that you should be poor? Eh? Oh, because the Bible says, blessed are the poor in it was in spirit, oh, not poor in cash. Oh. So please, make money. Yes, you are not too young to make your money. Start making your money. I was talking to Pati earlier, and I was telling him that I wish I had this knowledge I have now. Since probably I would have been riding my own Bugatti and my Ferrari and everything. But then we still thank God. So rather than rush, I'm beginning to experience different phases of dating and all of it. Just, yeah, thank you. Just take it slow. Build yourself. Learn how to love yourself. Because I don't know what you want to offer in that so-called relationship if you do not love yourself. Many of us, it's the boy, you, everything, the boy, or the man, not myself. The Bible even said, love your neighbor as what? So if you don't love yourself, how do you want to love somebody else? So the first point is develop yourself, love yourself. Only then will you be able to give love to somebody else. I hope I've been able to.
Yeah, you answered my question just
small.
Let's
do small.
But I want to ask you. I have just one more question. But
Okay.
I have a mini question before it.
All right.
Then she'll ask our last question.
Okay.
Time is. All right. The mini question is: at the point where you said you were going through stuff, and you were in a relationship, and you had to break the relationship because of the gravity of those things you were going through. You know, in one way or the other, some of us have been in relationships. And I understand that for you to lose somebody as significant as your dad in your life, it's easy for you to take your boyfriend, for example, and make him feel that space. It's very easy to do that sometimes. So I want to ask, when you were going through those things, did you not feel like, oh, should I not confide in him instead of telling him to just go?
Okay.
You know, I feel like for you not to see him as somebody you could confide in, maybe he was showing some characters that, well, this one cannot handle this situation. So, I mean, elaborate on those parts, just in case somebody's in a relationship, and because I believe in a relationship, we need to be able to solve each other's problem to an extent. Yeah. So, what was those things you saw that you felt like, this boy, it be like say go just spoil my life the more, just they go. Okay. So what were those things?
All right, thank you. Now let me just say something. Now for that relationship, it wasn't capable. This was about me. This was me saving my life first. I say at that point, I think I shared some with Papati some times ago because I was seeking answers. I went to Ifa house, what's it called? All this Ifa place. I followed somebody there. Yes. Because I was seeking answers. Yes. So that's to tell you that it's not even about the guy not being able to. Nah, it's not. This was me trying to save myself. Because of course, let me even see if God is doing like this with me. Let me go and see the other side and see how it is being done. Yeah, I was there for hours. I sat down. Yes. So it's not really about, oh, can the guy not undo the weight of what I was going through? See, there's some decisions that you will make that it will even affect everybody around you. You will see some people, you will say, they've retrieved, though. They become withdrawn. They didn't just become withdrawn all of a sudden. They had to take very crazy step to get to that point. So for me, it wasn't because it wasn't able to. So please, if you are going through something and you are in a relationship here, please talk to your partner. Talk. And don't use me as an example because, Tosin said she broke it up. Don't go break up with the love of your life, fool. Before you find another one, you go sash you. All right, thank you.
All right, that was the mini question. Now for the actual one, I would really like you to elaborate because you said something about somebody making a statement when your dad died, and to me, I don't know, because of the kind of person I am, I don't know if I was a woman, I would have been able to handle that. I would be pissed. Do you understand? I will be pissed. But the fact that you say you did not react at first, you pondered on it, kudos to you on that one. You know.
You're grieving. You're going to bury your dad. You won't think about that. What is in your head will be, yeah.
Argue about it.
Okay.
Because I feel like it will even increase my anger. What do you mean my daddy does that? I are telling me. Boy, it's fine. It's fine. So my question is, please, our mics are shaking, please, My question is, at the point where you were now growing after the incident, did you ever feel that pressure? How, obviously, pressure was much because you've been narrating the things but like, how did you move from that stage? Because from what you've explained, the backsliding was a lot.
Yeah.
So I need you to explain how did you take that first step, because going to, the Ifa house, thinking of, let me just lose this virginity, things that, ordinarily wouldn't come to you, and you've gone that far back. What was the first step? How did you take the first step? Is it that God used somebody, or how did it happen? Just let us
Okay, so for the whole thing, I think one thing that is always constant is the fact that I had people who were praying for me. See, that's why I say don't joke with people. Like mind, not just people, not the kind of people you just you did not see the latest news. Gist lover, something speak, Tonalin talks, TikTok challenge, Nicola Man song. Did you see the new challenge? Nah, those are not the kind of people. I thank God because I have people that they prayed, and till now it's still happening. And then the fellowship. See, when God talks about do not forsake the gathering of the saints, it is because of situations like this. Most of the times, my sister also says something. Sometimes she'll be like, anytime she's in a very dicey situation, her phone will just ring or a text will pop up, and this person will just check in. And at that point, she's just certain that, okay, things will be fine. For me, it's the same. There were people that were interceding, praying really for me. Because, see, outside of my mom, see this man here, Pastor T. Please, let's give a round of applause. He's going to take his flowers soon, but then he has been a very strong force in my life. I don't know about any other person. So if I call him dad, it's beyond dynamic oaks, because his role in my life has been very evidential. There is evidence. It's very practical. Now, while it wasn't all easy to do on my own, it became easy because someone someday was praying for me. And then you don't want to joke with that opportunity at all. You don't. You do not. So there's no going back and forth. It is just God. It is God. Navigating all those periods, all going forward, coming back, going forward, coming back. There are, weeks that I will not open my Bible. Weeks. I will not open my Bible. I'll be like, whoa. What's the essence? To what end? It's as bad as that. But then, I'll be like, the realization will just come. Girl, it's been a long time. Pick up your Bible. It might not be as smooth as it's supposed to be, but then I pick it up piece by piece by piece. I used to write, and then all of a sudden, I hated writing. Yes, I packed all my manuscripts, everything. I packed them and I dumped them. Yeah, I write, like, wake me up from sleep, do anything. That's the first thing. I love writing. I just woke up one day and I'm like, dear. And then I'm like, God, writing brings peace to my life. But then I've lost it. I prayed to God, even if it is RBD, let me be able to write again. Yes. My life is just a twist different things. I used to work in the media. All of a sudden, I hated it. I don't want it. Like, kidding. They will call me. Tosin, watch a jingle for her now. Eh? Come and do voiceover now. I'm like, oh, it was so bad. Everything that I cherished, I just lost interest. But then, bit by bit, God, I don't know how to call on you again, or I don't even know how to do it again. The interest will come back. So it is God. If you want to take out God from your journey, I don't know again. No, thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm sure like we've learned a lot of things right now. So I just want to engage the audience a bit.
Okay.
How many of you can agree? Because she mentioned about how someone said calling her names because of how her face was at the time and how her stature is or was. So how many of you can relate to that, like deeply? You can remember at least, I still remember, like even as I was saying, I remember a word that someone told me while I was younger. How many of you can relate to a word that someone said that has not left you the same? How many of you? If you're not raising your hand, I don't believe you. Definitely, someone has told you something about your stature, your complexion, the way you talk, the way you walk, the way your body is built, that has actually shaped you. You want them to?
Yeah, if they want to share, maybe 1 or 2%.
Anyone? I'm actually going somewhere, but before I land, someone can share. Okay, you want to share? Okay.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
It's actually a privilege to be here. Actually, the person that said a word to me and it stuck with me was my dad, like my biological father. So growing up, my mom and my dad, they got separated and we had issue with the children will stay with the father or they will stay with the mother. So at a point, I got to stay with my mom. So my dad hated me that I left, because I left by myself. Like, I saw him do some things and I was like, no. I don't belong here. So I went to human rights and my mom got custody of me and I started staying with my mom. So we had an event in the village. So I had to travel down to the village and I got to the village before him. So someone from the extended family just came inside to call me. Tosin, Abare ti de o. Oya. Wa lucky. Because the person is an elderly person. With respect, I stood up from where I was sitting down and I went outside and knelt down. Ekabosa. And he was like, holy shorire. Everybody was like, calm down. And I was crying, like, I couldn't control myself. I was crying. A lot of people around me will know if I'm talking, I will talk about how I wanted to school. And it was like, holy shorire say, kinikon, oh babode for me. And I was like, you're my dad, oh. I'm still being your name, oh. And that stuck with me to the extent that if somebody should tell me that this thing, you cannot do it, I will tell them that, let me go and do it. This morning at devotion, I was sharing with my group, like, when we were saying, dealing with self-doubt, when we were talking about Moses and Gideon, I shared a little with them that when I got my admission, it was a very late admission. My sisters are here. A lot of people that know me are here. And they were asking me repeatedly, are you sure you can cope? It's a month to exam. My friend was here. She was like, Tosin, are you sure you can do this? A lot of people were asking me. I said, no. That word will come to me and they'll say, this is just God telling you to get out of your comfort zone, like, move. And I got to school a month to exam and my result was more than what I expected. I saw my result and I was like, I didn't read that much, so I only bought the books and I went to the lecturers. They said buy books and come and submit, then they will give you mark. That was the only thing I did. I didn't do tests, I didn't do any assignments, I didn't do any serious things for my result to come up, and I was like, wow. Even people that got to school before me, like the admission was before me. They were in school like 3 months before me, and I was like, ha. When they were telling me, so lecturer, what did you get in that lecturer course? I said, I got a A. Ha, how did you do it? Ha, I don't know. That word that, you will not make it, you will not prosper, it stuck with me that, never. This Oluwatosin, she's going to go far.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Tosin, for sharing that. Like, it just made me realize that honestly we are all very similar in terms of experiences, and it's even more painful when it comes from our parents. And I think one thing I got while she was talking is that a lot of us that did not raise up our hands, there are certain things that have been said to us that we subconsciously took. And you have to actually get to a point where you become conscious of those words that have shaped you subconsciously. It's as little as your mom, when you were little, you made a mistake and said you're an idiot. It's as little as that. You now start internalizing it. Then when you now make a mistake in a bigger place, you start feeling somehow. So I want everybody to be conscious. It happens to everybody. We are all the same in that aspect. And I don't know if you can speak to how we can guard against words getting to us.
All right. For some of us that we've taken in negative words, we've internalized it, ati absorb it. For some, when you even sleep and wake up, it is that thing that comes to you. One thing I want you to do is, for me, one thing that will help me, confessions. Oh God. I used to tell my, you are beautiful. You are more than enough. Oh, see, words have a way. It's the same way negative words were spoken to you. It's the same way you have to fight it back with positive words. They say I look like a tiger. I look like this one. I look like that. No, me, I'm beautiful. I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. Anybody that is not satisfied with it, maybe the person should. Me, I did not complete it, but then I would have said the person should go and hang. But we are loving people here. See, fight back negativity with positive words. We have the word of God. We are God's workmanship. God, you are the one who created me. So does it mean you are a tiger? God, does it mean you are ugly? See, learn to question God, Sha. For me, I used to question God. God, okay, so why did you allow this happen? Why did you allow this happen? And I like what Tosin said. She didn't allow the word to weigh her down. She allowed that word to challenge her to even do better. That is one thing we should do. Yes. If they tell you that you are Olodo, say, Eshe, Motigbo, but then go back, study like mad. Oh, your generation, there's nobody that has graduated, nobody went to university, nobody served, nobody did this, nobody did that. Say, Eshe, Motigbo, but then go to your own battleground. Prepare yourself like that is the end for you. Don't just take it in and just leave it at that. It will be very dangerous to not negate the word that God has not spoken about you. That someone now opened their mouth to say, this is it for you, and you now accept it. No. Even if it is an adult, regardless of the age of the person, regardless of their status, once they are coming at you with wrong words, negate it immediately by the word of God. God has not created me to be ugly. He has not created me to be stupid. I am not an idiot. I am beautiful. I am the best of my kind. There is no to me. They can say, Meji, is a lie. God created only my kind. There is only one of me. Do you understand? Build courage, small, small, little by little, from whatever it is that was said to you. It can be hurtful. It is not, it can. It will always be hurtful. Imagine you going to a party. You've spent a lot of money making your dress, making your hair, your makeup, and then somebody meets you on the way and is like, "Oshewari bye." How would you feel? So rather than feel bad, if you don't know how to strut as a lady, learn how to. They are looking at it, kilo share, boya o kan rọra rìn lọ báyìí ni. Oh yeah, change the steps, walk confidently. Even though you'll be feeling like, why did she say I'm like this? But then at that point in time, negate it immediately with something positive. And I tell you, it might not seem as if it's working, but then over time, begin to build it as an habit. Even if nobody is saying something wrong to you, learn to speak words, encouraging words to yourself. I love myself. I love my life. My life is beautiful. I am an express image of God. I am this. I am beautiful words. It is not only God you want to say, God, you are beautiful. God, you are awesome. Say it to yourself. Many of you don't even compliment yourself. You don't. Oh, I look good today. I smell good today. You don't do it. Why? Challenge yourself from now, so that when somebody says something that is not in line with who you are in God, that doesn't even fall in line with God, what God says about you, you will not be. Now, it is easier for me to say now because I've been through it and I've consciously built myself. So, it won't be easy at first, but then learn, build, little by little. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let's give a round of applause. Thank you. So one thing she mentioned that I think we should actually pin is the confessions part. Very important. When someone tells you you are not something, go to the Word of God and look for where it says. And even though where you can't find the exact words, you know that God cannot say that about you, so don't believe it. You have to build a literal wall, like to guard your heart, not just from anything, but like from words. Words are the arrows that are targeted at your heart, and they can affect you in ways that you do not even understand. Lastly, I want you to leave us the final word. I don't know, do you have something to say after this? Okay, let me just say this. It won't be the final one. Let me say this. We've talked about the victim aspect, how to guard our heart, how to handle people when they shoot negative words at us. But we need to flip the table now. Because I understand people who give negative words. It's not because they are just evil. Most of them went through that thing. And so they don't know any other way to express themselves than to repeat that pattern and hurt another person. Then that hurt person goes to hurt another person. So I want us to flip the table a bit on the victim side. We are moving away from being the victims now. But each and every one of us, how do we speak to people? How do we make people feel? How do we speak to our classmates, to our siblings? Are our words building people or letting them down? So what word will you leave to each and every one of us here? Everybody has heard that story. Everyone here heard Tosin's story of how someone's word really made her feel bad. Definitely. Has there been times in my life where I spoke a word that makes someone cry? Yes. And do I feel good about it? No. Till today, I repent about it. But how do we become conscious of not letting ourselves become because we're victims, what we're trying to avoid. So
all right, thank you very much. Now, there is something, this word, trauma. Some of us, our lives are more like we are reacting to the traumatic experience that we've had. You will see somebody, you say, Oma dabi bye-bye, they say, God forbid. Oma she bye-bye, they say, God forbid. Now, like she said, some of us are beginning to walk in that pattern of our experiences. What I'll just say is, most of us do not really know that this is what we are doing. We don't know we've already built that habit. So you think it's a joke, right? Oh, see your head, we think it's a joke. But then we are beginning to pass abuse. Now, what do? I think what we need to do first is live like Jesus will. like Jesus will. Will Jesus call somebody a failure or something? Like, I just see you and we will share. Will Jesus do that? No. No. So we should consciously build and live like Jesus. Let us continue to renew our minds. And how do we do that? Studying the Word of God. Yes, meditating on the words of God. It might not just be your Bible alone. Conversations like this would help you renew your mind. You might not have thought about it like, oh, I didn't know what I said was hurtful. Maybe you've even done it today to your friend. Oh, somebody did it to you. Oh, sorry. Me. Oh, what did I do to you? Huh? All right. So okay, so we might not know that it is affecting this person. Because we feel like, oh, it's just normal. Especially this age thing. I'm older than you. I can do whatever. Oh dear. It has caused a lot of mess. So I'll just say, as a person that has experienced things that are not good, consciously and unconsciously build your mind. See, if you want to step out in the morning, me, I know myself that I can overtalk. I can see you. I just want to say, oh, why not do this? Why not do this? But I know that while saying it, I have the tendency to say it wrong. See, I'll just say, God, I'm stepping out today, or I'm starting my day today. Help me to speak right. I don't want to speak wrong. Because I might not even know I'm speaking wrong. The person on the other end has received it. I might not be able to even come to me and say, oh, I didn't like what you said to me earlier. Many of us do not even know how to approach people who speak or wrong us. I give kudos to people who are able to challenge people who hurt them. I thank them very well. They are good. For some of us, we just feel like, well, maybe she doesn't mean it. And even if she means it, well, go call me. Nah. So please, do not repeat bad patterns. It is not good. You feel like you are joking. Don't joke with wrong words. We don't even do that here. See, one thing I am so grateful for is, in my house, you cannot even hear somebody say, abolori buruku ni eni, aboti shekini koni, iboloti fegbo. It's not possible. It's not. So please, learn to use good words, even when you are angry. Yes, you are angry and you want to show that you are angry. I hate you. Even as a joke. Well, technically, sometimes a joke, I hate you, Jerry. Learn. If you keep learning it, before you know it, it becomes an habit. As something bad becomes a habit, something good can also be an habit. So please, be conscious of words that comes out of your mouth as children of God. If you are speaking and people are questioning your faith, then you need to go back, sit down, and think about it. God bless you.
Yeah, somebody has a question, but let me just say one thing before you, because this will be the last thing I'll say.
Okay.
Then you ask your question, then she answers, then you close after that. One thing I want to say, it's not a question, you don't have to worry.
Okay,
one thing I want to say is, as Christians, please listen. If you are talking right now, you need to listen, because this is the closing part. As Christians, we need to understand that, first of all, the whole basis of our Christianity and what we rely on, what we live on, is the fact that what we are living on is somebody's death. In case you don't know, what we are living on as Christians is somebody's death. If somebody did not die, we won't be living the way we are living as Christians. Do you understand that statement? Jesus died. He gave his life for us to live. Do you understand? Now that's why God will never make a promise and not fulfill that promise. Yeah. I'm going somewhere, just stay with me. God will never make a promise and not fulfill that promise. Now, the fact that somebody died, he's saying positive things over your life and it's coming to pass. Somebody that has not broken his sweat, somebody that has not done anything valuable for your life, anything that person says, just wave it off. I want you to understand that fact. Now, it was from what Tosin said, because it's something I can relate with 100%. You understand? Not totally, but the old daddy issues, whatever. it is traumatizing. The fact that somebody would give birth to you and say some things over you. The one that pissed me off was when she said she was kneeling down. You know what comes in Yoruba homes, right? When you kneel down or you prostrate to greet, prayers, they pray for you. Prayers is meant to follow. The fact that she said that she respected somebody in the family, she brought herself to her father to greet her father, and the only thing that could come out of her father's mouth was curses. You know, he said, I'm saying the one that pissed me off. Do you understand? That's why I'm letting you understand the fact that he did not break a sweat on her head. He did not struggle. In fact, he made her feel less of herself. There's nothing that wants to come out of his mouth that would come to pass over her life. So if he likes, he should say this, he should say that. Just wave it off. Do you understand? Just wave it off. The only person that would say something over your life and it will come to pass is somebody that has broken a sweat. Somebody that has walked. I see any mother that wakes up in the morning and doesn't pray for her child or children. I don't. Maybe they sedated her and then brought the child. Maybe she didn't push.
They handed it to her as a
Maybe,
free gift.
Maybe it was a gift.
Yeah.
Because when you break it, so sad. It's honestly so sad. So I just want us to live in the consciousness that whatever somebody is saying to you, and you know that this person has little to no value over my life. This person has contributed nothing to my life. First of all, he or she has no right to insult you, to say negative things over your life. And peradventure, if that person does, just wave it off. It has no meaning.
Yeah.
That's what I want you to hold. Thank you very much. So let him ask his question.
All right.
My question is, sorry I'm diverting to this place, but you mentioned it. I want to use your word.
Okay.
You mentioned this is about relationship.
Okay.
So my question, I have two actually, so I'll just join it together. My question is, at what point do you know that you are ready for a relationship? And at what point is like, you know, you mentioned money. You said, ladies, look for money before you think about relationship. So let me generalize it. Okay. At what point do you know you have made enough success to start even say you want to think about a relationship? That is one. Two, this is real life. I've actually seen, I'm in my late 20s. Okay. So I have friends that are married with kids and all that. I've actually seen real life experience. I've seen 2-3 of my friends that they started like this. They ended up together. Okay. And now, in fact, I have 2 of my friends now, they have their own ministry. Okay. I attend there sometimes, you know, but they're far. You understand? They started like this. So, I don't understand what you meant by, you just swept it away. You swept that particular aspect of, you know, starting like this. Instead, you encourage them to make that success and money first. So
okay, I understand.
It's confusing. I want to move further more into it.
If I get you right, I didn't encourage, number one, I didn't encourage, I'm putting a disclaimer. I said, if you are not ready, right? Some of us can be ready. Even if readiness is personal. Now, we can't generalize readiness. But then, until you are ready, build yourself. Until you are ready. Now, for me, I feel like, how am I ready? How do I know I am ready? I think if I have a person in line and I have this peace within me that, okay, you can go into it. Even without every other thing being sorted. If you are waiting for, you want to build your house, you want to buy a car, you want to do this. I'm talking generally now. For some, it will take them till they are 40 before they begin to think of marrying. Now, success is not a yardstick for you to measure readiness. I think you got that wrong. I didn't say it is a yardstick. But then, until you are ready, do you understand? If you feel like in your mind, you don't have the capacity to build a family, number one thing you should think of is going into a relationship. What is the end goal? It should be marriage, right? But you in your mind, you know you don't have what it takes to go into marriage. Because what are you doing with somebody 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year? Are you Lord of the Ring that you want to date for years before marrying? I was asking somebody, I said, how long did you take you to know you want to marry this person? And he said, probably a week. I already knew in a week that I was going to marry this person. But then, just because of courtship's sake, I need to get to know her better, know the family, develop with her, grow with her, and all of it. It had to take, I think, a year or some months. But then, this person knew in 1 week. Now, is it that this person already had it all figured out? No. But then he had to take a break, do what is necessary before delving into marriage. Now, if I'm talking relationship here, I'm not just talking dating for dating's sake. I am talking relationship that will lead into marriage. You don't want to camp somebody's daughter at home in the name of marriage and she's going to bed hungry. You don't want to do that. Or you want to go out with your wife. She's going out with you with torn clothes. No, you don't want to do that. So what am I encouraging? Until you are ready, build yourself. Now, while they are getting ready, they might meet the person, the one. They might meet the one. What will happen then is, I am already ready, like I have resources. I can help. I can complement. Do you understand? But then, man, nothing. Woman, nothing. Please, what are you relating? I do not encourage it. If you're going into any relationship that will lead into marriage, ensure that you have something sustainable in your hands. You talk about your friends, they started from somewhere, and I want you to go back to those friends. They had nothing, but were they doing anything? They were studying, they were schooling. They got married while in school. Okay. They were together while in school. When they finished, they married without knowing the future. Now, that is 1 out of 100. Okay, that is another 1 out of 100. That is why I said experiences are personal. What God told Dolapo is different from what God will tell you. God can tell you to marry somebody tomorrow. But if I want to copy you and say, oh, because God told you to marry tomorrow, and I say by force I want to marry tomorrow, Iyamaje, pan or similar. So it's different. Listen to what God wants you to do. Outside the fact that, oh, I am ready, I have money, I have this, the end goal is God. God, what are you saying? Do you understand? What are you saying? If God is not saying anything, I don't know. But then, success is not a yardstick to measure your readiness for relationship or marriage. Thank you.
All right, let's give her a round of applause. Thank you so much for joining us. And yeah, you can have a seat. Yeah. Let's clap for her again. Let's clap for her again. Let's clap for her again. Thank you so much.